Hey everybody, welcome back to Smith's Customs. You got Jacob here. Today we're going to be taking a look at this thing, a 1980s Bravo. This is a 250 single cylinder, two-stroke, obviously snowmobile. Little backstory on it, this is one person owned. Never left a lake, it's been on the lake its whole life, just running back and forth to a fishing hole. Gentleman that owns it, he said that he let somebody borrow it over the winter. They took it, they ran it, it started running funny, then it wasn't wanting to start. They took it back to him. He checked the oil. Well, there was no oil in the tank. And as you know, the old two-stroke saying goes, you're mixing gas and you're hauling ass. Well, if you don't mix your gas, you're going to quit hauling ass real quick. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to crack this open. I'm just going to run a bore scope in it. See what kind of damage has been done to it. See if the thing's worth saving. See what's going on with it. It does still turn over freely. Still does have some compression. So let's dive into there and see what we find. Excuse the camera crew, my production crew, they've been slacking a lot lately. I've been trying to get them to do better, but we're working on it. It's a work in progress here. Alright, we're going to aim this thing down, roughly where I think it needs to be, and we're going to see where we're at. Alright, let's crack this hood open. Obviously, somebody's already been in here messing around. They were trying to get it running because, well, they couldn't figure out what happened to it. I already got a pretty good idea, but there's only one way to tell for sure. So we're going to pop the spark plug cap off there. We're going to pull the plug out. Once I get the plug out, I'm going to get my bore scope. And then we're going to run a bore scope down there and see what kind of good stuff we find. Now, please bear with me. This bore scope is not the best picture quality. This bore scope is about 15 years old. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to try to get the best view I can for you guys. We're going to go ahead and get this turned on. And try to get it where you guys can see really good. Okay, you see that? That's the top of the piston there. Now, I will note, when running a bore scope down in these, try to get the piston in the furthest down position. Now, you can do that by putting a screwdriver in there, or like I do, you just kind of put the bore scope in there. See, you can see the piston come up. And then I just watch the piston go down till it hits all the way down at bottom dead center. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the further down you get it, the more you get to see. That's bottom right there. Now, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to run over to the sides. Oops. I'm going to run this to the sides so we can see. Now, you see all that vertical lines? This should not have vertical lines in there. That is scoring. That's caused by, well, lack of oil. So, for anybody out there who forgets to mix their gas and oil, this is what you could look forward to. Now you can see all the scoring all the way around. It's in beautiful shape. It's no good. Now, I want to note, you see this arrow right here on the piston? Oops, let me get back over to it. That arrow right there on the piston, anytime you put a two-stroke together, that arrow points towards the exhaust port. Okay, I'll pull this out. We're done with that. Alright, now that we run the bore scope in there, we now know that this needs a piston, a set of rings, and it would also need the cylinder board. Due to that amount of scoring, I'm going to guess and say it's going to have to go at least probably 20 thousandths over to clean that cylinder up good enough to where you get a proper seal again. Now, fun fact real quick on a two-stroke. Two-strokes are funny. They actually have a primary compression and a secondary compression. The primary compression is when the piston is going down. When the piston is going down, it actually pressurizes the crankcase, pushing the fuel up through ports onto the top side of the piston. The secondary compression is when the piston goes up, compresses the fuel and air, and actually atomizes the fuel for it to ignite and burn. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pop this off, and I'm going to show you one other thing I found on this that's probably going to cancel this from ever getting fixed. So, I have this on rollers. I just use furniture rollers, so that way I can move this thing around the garage. See that one there? I got one under each ski and one under the track. The other day I had to move this because I was getting some other stuff out and it was in the way. That's kind of what brought me to doing this today, so that way I could get this thing done and out of here. And you can see this nice track. This is our track right here. Now, it's all nice, really nice, really nice. Whoa, what happened there? We got a big tear in the track. So, not only does this need a top end rebuild, it also would need a new track. Because right there, them squares right inside there are what drive this track. A drive wheel goes inside those, and that's what rotates the track. So it's right next to where the drive wheel goes. It's going to come right apart in no time. So that would make this snowmobile, to me, not worth fixing. We'll see what the customer has to say about it. Well, I say customer because it's not mine, but the guy that brought it to me, we'll see what he has to say about it. And if it's something he wants addressed or fixed, and if he does, well, then we'll go ahead and we'll fix it. And there'll be more videos on it. If he decides it's not worth repair to him, then that'll be the end of this one and he'll come pick it up. On that note, I really want to thank you guys for following along. I want to thank you for your support. And I hope I'm doing good so far. If there's anything else, please comment, like, share. Subscribe to the channel. Could use all the support I can get to help get this thing off the ground. So, alright, that's it on this video, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.